Basketball is theatre. Acrobatics, drama, and poetry. Basketball is everything. That's why we've made a betting brand for basketball fans. That's better. Gamble responsibly.
It's a completely different story in the East, where the trade period was a snooze fest and the top four looks entrenched. James, at least Boston brought in the Moose, Mike Muscala. Do you think that's a great addition?
I mean, it's a pretty handy addition because it just adds another sort of, arrow to that bow for Boston. They can just make him a little bit matchup dependent. He can shoot the hell out of the ball, I'll tell you that much, Dicko. Just basically gives them another sort of option for playing a shooting big. And he is like an absolute deadeye. So look, they love playing 5 out. It's a good pickup, I guess, but it's not exactly the sort of needle mover that we saw in the West.
Do you think the title winner is likely to come from the top teams in the East?
I do. I do think like Boston or Milwaukee are probably my favourites to come out. You could probably throw Philly in there as well because the West is such a morass of very good teams.
Yes.
They call it the Wiggy Wiggy Wild Wild West for a reason, Dicko. But this is it. Like, it is so tricky to come out of the West. I think those teams will beat up on each other. And then the top of the East, you got 2 massively awesome quality teams in Boston, Milwaukee. And I'd probably take them head to head against anyone in the West, and Philly as well. If they fought through that Eastern Conference, I think they'd stand a pretty good chance to win it all.
All right, who do you think will be the top 4 in the East? And once again, I want you smoky.
Top 4 in the East. It is pretty easy. It's pretty simple. You can just go down the standings, and I think that's almost the top 4 because you can go Boston. They're an absolute dominating team. 3rd best offense in the entire league. 4th best defense. Now, you might recall earlier in the season, Dicko, we talked about Boston and their defense. They had an incredible offense. The defense was a little bit more dubious, let's say. They bring back the Time Lord, Robert Williams, the big boy. He's awesome. You love Robert Williams. They've got Al Horford. They're terrifying, though, on defense now because they just have defenders at every single position that can limit anything you want to do. They'll just go, no, we're going to stop you from doing that. Awesome on the perimeter, awesome inside now. They're terrifying. Boston are incredible. Milwaukee, same sort of vibe, and they're only getting healthier and better. They've got the 2nd best defense. There's a theme here, Dicko.
There is a theme.
They're all really good defensive teams. But Milwaukee are incredible. They've got the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. They've got Jrue Holiday, who's been playing out of his skin, just became an all-star again. Chris Middleton, only going to get healthier. They're awesome. They're terrifying. They're like the monster just lurking in the deep that everyone forgets about. 3rd, Philly. Obviously, they've got Joel Embiid. They've got James Harden. They're just really, really good defensively as well. Again, there's that theme because they're 6th best in offense and defense. If you're top 6 in both, you're a contender. It's simple as that. They're awesome. Embiid's dominating. And 4th, it's Cleveland. I love the Cavs. They are the best defense. Literally, we're just rattling off the best defenses.
Just D's.
I love it. But you've got multiple bigs. You've got the thin towers. I love the thin towers. You've got Jarrett Go-the-Throw Allen and Evan Mobley. But then you've got the point guards. You've got Darius Rucker, Judy Garland. I love Darius Garland. But also Donnie Mitchell. And they've got closers. They've got defensive dudes. They're awesome. I really like Cleveland. They might be a little bit inexperienced, though. That might be their problem. But I still think they finish in the top 4. The Bolter.
Yes.
Always got to keep an eye out for. The terrifying, annoying Miami Heat.
Oh, gee whiz.
They're just going to come out of nowhere. They're going to start they'll beat somebody in the first round. You're like, where did they come from? It's like, well, they've just cranked up the defense. They brought in Kevin Love. He's more cooked than one of my old man Snags. Simple as that. But defensively, they're still 5th best in the league. What's been this theme? Defense. Simple as that. So they're lurking like Dicko outside a marquee at a spring racing carnival, and away we go. So there's your top 4 and the Bolter. I kind of like it. They're probably my 5 best in the East.
All right, there's no doubt it's going to be very interesting to see how both the West and the East finish up. But now, let's warm up for the weekend. The big call is next.
The betting brand for sports fans. That's better. Gamble responsibly.